Hello everyone, my name is Jorge and I'm going to be talking about my VIP experience at the Sweetener tour. Oh, and this is going to be like the experience, like for real. Like it was like a moment, not just like the meet and greet, but it was like the whole night was like a moment, like literally like a moment I'll never forget. It was so it was the second out of two shows that she did at the Staples Center in LA, and so I had meet and greet. So I got there like around 3:40. So I met up with my friend Savannah, and she had meet and greet too. So we got in line. There were like 8 people in front of us. Check-in wasn't until like 5 p.m. So we just stood in line, and around like 4:30, 4:40. VIP Nation came out and started checking people in, and they checked our IDs. If you don't have your ID with you, or whoever bought the package, if you don't have their ID with you, you can just bring a photo of the ID like on your phone or something, and they're gonna let you in with that. And then they gave us our laminates. I don't know if it's focusing, but yeah. So it's Ariana upside down Sweetener cover. It's cute. And then we got our wristbands for the meet and greet. If you have just sound check, I think the only thing they're gonna give you is the laminate, and that's how they're gonna know that you're VIP. But yeah, this is for the meet and greet. It says Los Angeles. This is the city. Date May 7. It's cute. They give us our tickets. I have paid. So this is the ticket. I don't know if you can see it. And then we went through security, and it wasn't as bad as I was hearing that it was gonna be. It was actually really fast. Maybe it's because it was VIP, I don't know. And I didn't have anything with me. I just had like my charger, my phone, my wallet, some mints, and that's it, I think. And then we went in. They give us a wristband for pit. It's this one. They're gonna scan your ticket, I think, twice. One just to get in, and then the second time to check that it's GA. I mean pit, I think. Then they give us our VIP bags. What's this? And it says Sweetener World Tour. It's clear. It came with the poster that you've seen already. It's the cover. Sweetener. They gave us a mirror. It's probably not focusing. Sorry. The cloud spray. So I didn't have this, so that's good that it comes with the VIP. Okay, so these are the patches, and they're cute. So they took us into like right outside of like the section, like where you go into the section next to like a merch stand, and we bought merch. We got in line. We were like we were there for like 20 minutes. Because Ariana and Victoria were sound checking Monopoly. They did it like twice, and then so we stood there for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna show you the merch at the end of the video, by the way. And then they separated the lines. There was one for meet and greet, and there was another one for just sound check. So I guess the people in front of us only had sound check. So Savannah and I were like the first ones to get into like the pit for the sound check. And if you're wondering what the best spot is for the sound check, that would be like main stage. So that would be like in the middle of like the main like barricade. I don't know how to explain it. I guess when you're there it'll make sense, but it has to be like in the middle of like the main like barricade. Then that's where I was, because I kind of figured that's where she would be. So then we waited for like 20 minutes, and then she came out with her dancers, and then she started going. She was wearing like a Normani t-shirt, and then a cute like little like Pokemon hat. It was very cute. And then she started going through the questions. I didn't think mine would get picked because I've never gotten picked for like sound check, but it did. And then as soon as she started like reading my questions, she was like, if you could pick, and I was like, that's me. And I said it out loud. I was like, that's me. And then Brian like pointed at me, and then she read the, it was if you could pick one song to be a single off of each album, what would they be? And then I wrote like Jorge, and then I wrote Jorge, like how you pronounce it. And she was like, she started laughing. She was like, oh, I love how you added the pronunciation. I was like, yeah, because some people call me George, and I don't like that. She was like, oh yeah, we don't do that. And it was very cute. Like she was looking at me and everything. So and then she said, that's a lot of work for me. Like I don't know if I can answer that. And then I was like, well, girl, like are these from like the last 2 albums? And she was like, well, no, because then people on Twitter are gonna be like, oh, she's filming a music video for it, blah blah blah, and everyone started laughing. And I was like, that's okay, I love you. And she was like, I love you. And then she said, well, off of my everything, I guess I would pick Break Your Heart Right Back and or Be My Baby. And I was like, Taste. She was like, yeah. And then it was like a minute or two, and she was looking at me the whole time. I was like, wow, this is already great, already worth the $1,000 that I spent. And then Savannah got picked too. She asked her to sing like a snippet of Tattooed Heart, and she did like half of the song. It was a very cute moment. She was looking at Savannah the whole time, and it was really cute. So after that, we played Guess the Song, and I didn't really want to like, oh right, because I forgot. Okay, so if you get picked, if Ariana like picks your question, you get merch too. So I got this. I got the God is a Woman hat, and I wanted it, but I wasn't gonna spend $40 on this. So it's good that I got it for free. Corey gave it to me, one of her dancers, and then we played Guess the Song, and I didn't really want to like. I did raise my hand like a few times, but I didn't really want to like, because it wouldn't be fair since I already got merch. So they played Why Try. Yeah, because Why Try, when they played like the second of like Why Try, Ariana was like, what is that song? And she was, so she ran to like Scott, and she saw the phone, and she was like, oh, that's why I don't know what song that is. And then it was Why Try, and she was like, yeah, really bad song, or something like that. And then she, I just remember this. She was like, she started singing like the bridge of this song where she, like on the honeymoon tour, where she went like this. It was really cute. And she was like, only like 20 people in this room know what that means. And I was like, we get you, we know. And then, so then after sound check, only so the sound check people had to leave the pit, and then meet and greet people stayed in the pit. So Savannah and I went to the back of the pit because we wanted to be the last people in line for the meet and greet. And then I guess other people had the same idea. So we were kind of like, okay, so who's gonna go last? So I guess there were 2 people behind us. But then once we got into like the actual line for the meet and greet, I guess more people like got in line. So there were like probably like 4, 5 people behind us. So Savannah and I looked at each other and we were like, let's just go to the back of the line. Like, they can't say anything. So then we went to the back of the line. No one said anything. I was the very last person in line, which was great. And then we waited for like 20, 30 minutes, maybe 40. So it went down to like the last two people in line. Scooter came out and he was like, Jorge, you're the last person. I'm like, yes. I was like, how do you know my name? And he was like, well, you don't like being called George, so I'm calling you Jorge. And I was like, oh, yeah, because Scooter was like there, like he was like right in front of me, like during sound check. And so Savannah went in, and then I went in. So I saw Rashad, and he was like, hey, and I was like, hey, Rashad. So I walked in, and Ariana was there, and she was wearing like these like little ears. And I was like, oh, cutie. And she was like, hi. And I was like, hi. And I said, by the way, we've met like 6 times already. Because, oh, I guess I didn't mention that. That was my 6th time meeting her. And so I told her that. And she was like, wait, like when was the last time we saw each other? And I was like, that was like 2 years ago. And then she was like, aren't you the guy that wrote like the tattoo, like, and I was like, yes, like you wrote this on me. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. And I was like, you did a great job, by the way. I love it. And she was like, thank you. And I was like, and now I also showed her like my Beal Ride tattoo, and she was like, this is very cute. And then I was like, I don't know what else to say. And she was like, I was really awkward. I didn't prepare anything. I didn't know what I was gonna say. I didn't know what pose we were gonna do for the picture, and I was like, I don't know what else to say, and I also don't know what to do for a picture. And she was like, oh, that's okay, like we can do a kissy face. And I was like, nah. And then she started giving me like options. So I was like, nah. And then Rashad was like standing behind me. He wasn't saying anything, but I felt rushed, I don't know. So, and then I said, how about we, because we both kind of have like the same side, so is it okay if I hug you from behind? And she was like, yeah, we can do whatever you want. It's your picture, it's your moment. Like, and I was like, okay, great. So I hugged her from behind, and she stabbed me in the eye with her ears. And she was like, sorry, my ears. And it's like, I was like, that's okay. And then we took the picture, and then we hugged, and I said, I love you. And she said, I love you. I looked at Rashad and I was like, I'm sorry, it took so long, I'm so awkward, it's sorry. And she was like, it's fine. She started laughing. And then I left like the room, and then I turned back and I was like, by the way, this is probably gonna be my last time meeting you in a while, because you know, like college and stuff. And she was like, good luck with that. And I was like, thank you. So then, and I said, see you when I'm like 30. And she was like, I'll be waiting. And it was, I don't know, it was very good. I was probably there for like a minute and a half, because I was just taken so, I was like, it was like, I was just like being so awkward. It was like, I was just standing there. I was looking at her, but I don't know, it felt great. I was still nervous. So then I walked out, and I saw her dance, as they were like chilling there outside of the booth. Then they took us to the VIP lounge, which I didn't really care for because it was the same thing as Honeymoon Tour and the Dangerous Woman Tour. So we just went in there to like take a picture in front of the poster, and then we grabbed our drinks because I needed a drink. And then we took a few more pictures, and then we were there for like 20 minutes, and then we went to the pit, which was, okay, so if you're looking from the stage, this is the left side and this is the right side. Right side is supposed to be for T-Mobile. Left side is supposed to be for VIP. We went to the left side, and then they told us that we had to go to the other pit, which was packed. And the VIP, that pit, there wasn't anyone there. There were people there, but not a lot of people. So then we said, but we were told that we were supposed to be in this pit, and they told us that we had the wrong wristband. So someone had to take us to the entrance of the Staples Center, and they were yelling, and I don't know what was happening, but we got our wristbands, we got the right one, and Social House was on at this point, so we were missing that. So we got into the pit. There were not many people there, so Savannah and I got like second row because there were like people in front of us like on holding on to the barricade. So we were like second row, and then it was great. I was expecting to like have, I don't know, like it was great. The show was great. Normani was great. What I saw of Social House was great. Khalid came out. That was great. And then the show started. Ariana came out at like 9:30, and the show was so good. It was like obviously like all her shows are good, but this time I feel like, I don't know, her stage presence and her vocals, her choreo, everything. The songs live. Oh my! It's so different than hearing them obviously on the album, and then even like watching like videos on YouTube of like the show. It's so different seeing it live. And I always watch videos, like I've seen the whole show like on YouTube already, but it's so different like being there and like hearing everything live. But yeah, it was great. Bad Idea was like my favorite. Sweetener too. Sweetener was like, I was just like going off. I was like, yes. I would say the whole show was great. But yeah, the opening section was like visually and like the choreo and everything. It was like, don't want to say the best part, but kinda. What happened next? Oh, and then okay. So another like big part of like my night. During makeup, she like pulls out a lip gloss and she puts it on and then throws it out into the audience. And so she did that, and I didn't catch it, but because I thought someone had already like caught it. So, but then I looked down because I felt something like on my like shoe, and I saw it. I saw like the stick. Where is it? I saw like this stick. And yeah, so it was like the one that she threw, and now I have this, and it's Fenty, so thank you, girl. Oh, and also they gave us these like rings. They just have a T from like T-Mobile on the front. They light up and it says Sweetener Tour 2019 on the side. And yeah, this started lighting during 7 Rings, I think, and they're like in sync, like all of them. And then yeah, show was great. And then now merch. So I got this. I got it for free at the sound check. And then I got this hoodie. It says Sweetener on the sides. And then the dates, and has the Thank You Next cover in pink. And then I also got, by the way, this is a bag that it comes in. It says Thank You Next. Have a nice life. I also got this t-shirt. So it just has like the photos from the 7 Rings video. It says Ariana Grande, Thank You Next on the back. Sweetener. Dates 2019. I got this in a 2 extra large, and this also 2 extra large. This was $40. This was $75. And if you're wondering like what's like the biggest size for everything, the biggest size for everything would be 2 extra large, and the prices are all the same. Like you know how they usually like for like 2 extra large it's like $5 more. But no, the prices are the same, so that was great. And yeah, I got these in a It's 2 extra large because she's big. So, what else? What was I gonna say? I guess that was it. So I'm also gonna go to the show on Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna be vlogging that. Okay, so so on Friday I'm actually gonna be vlogging because I'm gonna go with all my friends and yeah, it's gonna be a great time. All the gays just having a blast. And yeah, so this was it. Honestly, I had a great experience. I've seen a lot of videos like for this tour about like VIP experiences, and I feel like mine was, I don't know, it was like very like complete. Like it felt worth it. Like 30 minutes into the whole thing. Yeah, Ariana, I love you. Savannah, I love you. Savannah, my friend. I had a great time with you. And all the people that I met at this show, and like all the people that I've seen like her shows in the past that I always like see in LA when she does something. I love y'all. You know who you are. Subscribe, I guess, like the video. I don't know, I'm not a YouTuber, so yeah. This was last night, so I don't know, I'm still like trying to process everything right now. Yeah, so I guess I'll see you Friday. I'm gonna try to post it like the day after because yeah. So I'll see you guys later. I don't know.